Hey guys, welcome to this lesson on averages. In this lesson, you are going to learn how to find the mean, the median, and also the mode from raw data. So stay tuned. Before we begin, you need to know the definition for the mode, the median, and the mean. So let's start off with the easier one, the mode. The mode means the number that comes up the most amount of times. So in this list of numbers, you've got 8 here and 8 here. 8 comes up twice. So 8 would be considered the mode for this group of numbers. The mean is when you add up all the numbers and you divide by how many numbers there are. Finally, the median is when you put the numbers in an order, so from the smallest to the largest, and you find the number that is in the middle. And if there are two numbers that you find in the middle, then you'd find what's in between those two, which I will show you through these examples. So let's proceed straight away. As I've said, 8 is already the mode. Although it's not there, you could write this down separately. To find the mean, you will add up all of these numbers and you'll divide it by however many numbers there are. So we could do that here. So 15 plus 12 plus 8 plus 16 plus 8. And we will divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 numbers. So divide by 5. You could go and reach for your calculator and type that in. And the top line here gives us 59. So 59 divided by 5. And that gives us 11.8. So 11.8 is the mean of these numbers. It's the average of these numbers. Now, when it comes to finding the median, you have to first arrange these in order. So starting from the smallest to the largest. You can also do the largest to the smallest because the numbers will still be in order. And then you have to find the number in the middle. So if you start on this, so 8 is the smallest number here. So we'll have 8, we'll have another 8. We can cross them off as we do them as well. Next, we'll have the 12. And we'll have 15. And finally, we'll have 16 as well. Now, where is the number in the middle? What you could do, because the list is quite small, you could just count in. So look, you got 8 and 16, you got 8 and 15, and then you've got this 12 in the middle. Can you see? On either side of 12, it's got 2 numbers. So this is our median. So to summarize, for this list of numbers, the mean is 11.8 and the median is 12. Let's move on to this question. So looking at this next list of numbers, we want to find the mean. So the mean would be to add all these numbers together. So 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 1. And we divide by however many numbers there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So we divide by 6. We'll put that into our calculators now. And that gives us 37 over 6. And 37 over 6 is 6.221 decimal place. So 6.2 is the average mean of these numbers. Now, if we move on to finding the median once again requires this to be put in order. So starting with 1. Now, this time you will find that when you count in, so 1, 2, you have these 2 numbers in the middle. So what you do when you have 2 numbers in the middle and you're trying to find the median is you add these 2 numbers together and you divide by 2. So in this case, you probably worked out that 6 will be in the middle, but you, just in case those numbers are bigger and far apart, you still do this activity, which is to do 5 plus 7 divided by 2. 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the median is 6. Now, earlier on, I worked out the mode of this list of numbers. If you look at this, there is no clear mode. There is not any one number that comes up more than once. All these numbers are different and they don't come up more than once. So these group of numbers don't have a mode. Now, before we go on to the more challenging type of question that you could be asked for a topic like this, I want to go to a question which is sort of in the middle, intermediary from what I've just shown you to the more challenging types of questions. The question reads, the mean height of 4 girls is 158 centimeters. Sarah joins the group and the mean height of the 5 girls is now 156 centimeters. Work out Sarah's height. So what's going on here? First of all, you have 4 girls and their mean height is 158 centimeters. So if we were to write that out, you've got the total weight of these girls, let's just call it X, or if you don't like calling it X, you could just put a blank box there, it's not a problem. But x would mean that if you were to add up all the girls' height, that would be the total height. So x will be divided by 4 because there are 4 girls, and that gives us the mean of 158. Now what we can do from this, we can rearrange so that we can work out the total height of the 4 girls, which is to just multiply this 4 over here. So you get x is equal to 158 times by 4. And if you put that into your calculator, you get 632 centimeters. So the total height of the 4 girls in the group is 632 centimeters. Now you have this new girl joining. Her name is Sarah. She comes and joins this group, making it a group of 5 girls. And now the average height has gone down to 156 centimeters. So work out Sarah's height. Now what's going on here? Well, Sarah, let's call her S for Sarah, comes and adds to the total height of the other 4 girls, which is 632. And now you will divide that by 5. And that gives us the new mean of 156 centimeters. So just to recap what I've just done here is this S is for Sarah. It's not 5 in case it's looking like one. Let's just correct that properly. So S, Sarah, comes and joins, adds to the total of the other 4 girls' height. And now you're going to divide by 5 to find the new mean, which is 156 centimeters. So how do we find what Sarah's height is? Well, simply to solve this. So we multiply by 5 and then we take away 632. So S plus 632 is equal to 156 times by 5. So let's just write it here, 156 times by 5. And then S plus 632, get your calculators and put that in. So 156 times by 5, which is 780. Now to find S, which is for Sarah again, we're going to take away the 632 to this side. So we are going to have S is equal to 780 minus 632, and S, which is Sarah again, is going to be 780 minus 632 on our calculator, and that is 148 centimeters. So Sarah's height is 148 centimeters. Now this last question deals with the new style or the format of averages questions on the GCSE paper. So let's have a read of the question. A group of 6 numbers have a median of 13, a mean of 12.5, no mode. 4 of these numbers are 8, 9, 15, and 17. Find the other 2 numbers. Perhaps you can pause the video here, try this one yourself, and press play again when you're ready to go through it with me. All right, so how do we prepare and do this question? So let's start with this information that we have here, because this is quite vital. It's telling us what 4 of those numbers already are. So if we write them down, we've got 8, 9, 15, and 17. We know that we need to include 2 more numbers. But what are those numbers? Let's start with this piece of information down here, which says no mode, which simply means that no number comes up more than once. Okay. Next, we are told that the median is 13 and the mean is 12.5. So if we know that the median is 13, that means that 13 would be the number in the middle, right? So let's write down our 13 right there. So 13 could be our number. However, we can't just put 13 in there. 13 could be obtained as a result of adding 2 numbers together and dividing by 2, right? Which would mean that the number that we could have potentially is going to be 14 and 12 on either side. So these are the actual numbers that we will potentially include in our list. But to try this, we have to add all these numbers up and divide by 6 to make sure that we get a mean of 12.5. So let's see if that works. So 8 plus 9 plus 12. Remember, we're not including 13. 13 is our median, but it doesn't have to be in our group of numbers. So 14 plus 15 plus 17. I'm just going to check that we've got our 6 numbers here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get our calculators now. And if we add the top line, that gives us 75. And 75 divided by 6 is 12.5. And 12.5 is our mean, and that's this ticked off. And 13 would be the mean of these numbers. So if we were to rewrite this entire list, so 8, 9, 12, 14, 15, and 17, our list of 6 numbers, remember 4 of them were already given to us, so the numbers that we've added are 12 and 14. So these are the other 2 numbers. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And in the next lesson, we are going to be looking at averages from frequency tables. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.